Well, high school football season has officially kicked off in Green Country.
And of course, the big one last night, right? Bixby and Owasso faced off in a rematch from the 6A1 title game last season. Jonathan Husky is here to talk about that as well as other things. So Bixby won pretty big. I was a little surprised by that.
Yeah, I think a lot of people were, but also not really, right?
Okay.
Bixby is kind of one of those teams that you kind of think that they can get after somebody gets them, and they've been gotten once in the last 2.5 years. So Bixby they looked incredible. They looked like the juggernaut that they were last year and the year before. They had 5 different players take a snap at quarterback.
Wow.
They have a running back, Cordell Goldsby, who appears to be potentially a star in the making. The question for them was their defensive backfield. The secondary was all new. They graduated 5 Division I guys from last year's team, and they essentially shut Owasso out. The Rams scored a late safety and 2 garbage time touchdowns, but other than that, it was all Bixby, and it looks like the 6A1 title runs through the Spartans again this year.
Wow.
So on the other side, Owasso, it's a tough loss of the season. They'll bounce back, hopefully. How do they bounce back from this?
I think for Owasso, you kind of take some of the positives that you saw late in the game, that they were able to move the ball late. And then you also can kind of, I think, draw on last year, because basically this is what happened to them last year. They lost the game last year 49-14, started the season 1-4, and then ended up in the state title game. So Owasso is a program that has a history of, we can bounce back from a tough start. We can bounce back from a tough loss. They've got the coach for it in Bill Blankenship. They are running a new defensive scheme this year, so there's some wrinkles and some kind of hiccups you got to work through there. But now is the time to do that, because these games don't really matter when it comes to postseason standings and that type of thing. So you try to find the positives that you can from a game like this, and then try to iron out the wrinkles and the issues before the games really start to matter.
Of course, we got some games tonight. Who are the big ones we should be watching for?
Well, anytime you got rivalries, you got to talk about that. You got the Highway 97 rivalry between Sapulpa and Sand Springs. That's a game that is always a lot of fun to watch. Those two schools really like to go against each other. Jenks and Edmond Santa Fe, that's kind of an East-West, early season East-West matchup. Jenks is another team that, obviously every year you figure to be in the state title conversation, and Union played last night. They looked really good against Westmore, so now it's Jenks' turn to play and to try to look really good against Edmond Santa Fe. It's a pretty strong slate for week 0, but it's going to be some good games, and I think this is the kind of the game or the week where everybody builds on this moving forward. This is the things that we did well. How can we do these better next week?
Now we really know. We've been practicing, but now we really know.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
Now we really know.
Drink a lot of water if you're going to the games tonight.
Yes, all of that.
All right, we'll be right back. Stay with us.